Hello, my name is Dr. Tabib Zadeh, and I'm going to speak about what not to eat. We oftentimes have too many foods to select from, and if you do not have the knowledge as well as the inhibition that is required in order to eat healthy, we will have numerous problems in our body developed by the food that we eat. The first and foremost important issue to remember is to reduce the calorie intake per day. And it doesn't matter what you eat, whether you eat meat or vegetables, you have to be conscious of the total calories that you eat per day and try to reduce it. In order to reduce the calories, you must become conscious of the calories that they will deliver to our body. For example, you have to remember that although 100 gram of a pie slice has 285 calories, 100 gram of celery only contains 16 calories, 17 times less calories than a slice of pie. You also must remember that the calories that you take, if it is not consumed by our cells for their energy needs or reproduction, it will be converted to white fat. As a result, we become obese. Try by all means to avoid obesity. Obesity not only causes disfiguration of your body, but also damages your interior. The endothelial lining will be gradually covered by atherosclerotic plaques, which ultimately causes narrowing and occlusion of such arteries, especially in vital organs such as heart and the brain, can lead to infarction. One important issue to remember is that we traditionally eat 3 courses of a meal per day. Try to increase the number of times that you eat, but decrease the portions that you receive. The reason for this is that this will not allow the glucose level in your blood to rise quickly and to maintain insulin, which causes aging, to be maintained in a plateau. You also have to be careful when you prepare your food. Breading your chicken will add to the calorie, and frying it is not healthy. Avoid carbohydrate when you're choosing foods. For example, do not include potato, include other vegetables, and try to heat them when you're cooking them instead of frying them. When you go shopping, avoid aisles that have unhealthy food, such as chips and processed foods. By all means, avoid processed foods, since the manufacturer add numerous compounds, including preservatives, saturated fat, and other harmful substances to their food to make them delicious and last longer. You also have to be conscious of the nutritional facts in processed foods. Take a look at the calorie, the amount of saturated fat that they add, and read the preservatives as well as other list of compounds that have been added to the product. And if you do not know what they do to your body, go to Google, search for them, and find out their side effects. When cooking, avoid to add salts. Add other seasoning. Consumption of excess salt during a lifetime can lead to hypertension, which produces a burden on your heart and damages to your vessels. Sugars are made of single glucose monomers, and when the glucose are bound together, they form sucrose or long chain starch and other carbohydrates. Avoid all carbohydrates by all means and try to restrict it to 5% of your entire diet. Avoiding carbohydrate means that all form of carbohydrate, whether they represent natural products such as honey, raisin, grapes, or sugar cubes, potato or french fries, rice, donut, croissant, and even bread. Take a look at this soft drinks. The amount of sugars that they put in each can of a soda is so significant that you should avoid all soft drinks by all means. The difference between saturated and unsaturated fat is shown here. As you can see, in saturated fat, all carbon atoms have hydrogen bonds. In unsaturated fats, some of this hydrogen is not attached to the carbon skeleton of the oil. You can consume unsaturated fat safely. However, avoid saturated fats. Particularly, do not use vegetable oil for frying your food. Instead, try to consume extra virgin olive oil, and if you cook with olive oil, do it in low heat. Also avoid fat which exists in meat and in other animal fats such as cheese, butter, and remember, not only in a steak is bad for you because of the fat, it's also not good for you because of the red meat itself. The meat not only has the saturated fat that can clog your arteries, but it also has myoglobin. At the center of myoglobin, there is an oxidizing iron core, which can cause massive damage throughout a lifetime. Try to avoid alcohol. Excess alcohol consumption can damage the liver, which ultimately results in failure of the liver due to a disease called cirrhosis. If you wish to consume alcohol, try to limit it to red wine. Taking a cup of wine per day may have enough oxidants to offset the damage caused by the alcohol itself. In summary, try to have a healthy life, which means remove stress, have physical activity, and eat healthy.